This is a classic EU deal which allows all the 28 individual leaders of the member states to take away something that they can claim as a prize. It's certainly the case of the Italians, who played very hard politics overnight. But when it comes down to analysing all these elaborate suggestions that we've just heard about, it's very difficult to understand how they're actually going to play out. As Donald Tusk, the President of the European Council, just said in his closing press conference, there's some nice ideas here, but let's not get carried away, because they're going to be very difficult to implement. For example, on these new processing centres within the European Union, who is going to host them? I think most people assumed it would be Italy or Greece, because they're receiving the most numbers of migrants and geographically they're closest to the Mediterranean route, but they certainly haven't come forward to volunteer, and the French have already denied that they want to do it. So getting people to step up and make these broad plans into some kind of working reality, I think, is going to be very difficult.
And what about Merkel? Would you say her political career is still at stake?
Well, again, it's not clear. She, I think, has some things to take away. The language on the so-called secondary movement of migrants crossing borders in Europe once they've managed to get here. I think that was designed to give her some support. We understand from her closing press conference she's done bilateral deals with both Greece and Spain to take back migrants who first enter those countries and then make their way to Germany. So that will be something that she can try and sell. But crucially, there's no sign of a similar deal with Italy, because apparently the most number of migrants who get to Europe via Italy and then get on to Germany, that's a big problem for her, because don't forget, back home her coalition partner is demanding very tough action. She has some things to offer. There are mixed signals from Germany on that. She has crucial meetings to try and sell that deal on Sunday. We'll find out more then.
So, as you mentioned, we don't have very much detail yet. We don't know how it's going to be implemented. But from as much as we know now, whose needs does the deal really meet?
Well, again, as I said before, this is a deal that I think is a classic piece of EU fudge, if you like. It meets the concerns of all the individual members. I think what's changed is that there are EU leaders sitting around the negotiating table who are willing to play a much tougher game, and I'm talking specifically about Giuseppe Conte, the leader of Italy's new populist government. I think people were taken aback by the way he was willing to bang the table and torpedo the whole deal unless he got a lot of the wording that he was looking for in that final deal. And I think that is a new era for the EU. People are not so willing to compromise. There are tough new politicians. They're delivering tough populist policies at home, and that is reflected in the kind of negotiations that are taking place within the EU now.